Take 3. Hello, I'm Jay Beershank. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is another edition of Journal Talks, where we go into my journal and we talk about it. Why? Why not? Is it for me? I don't know. Is it for you? I don't know. Maybe it's for us. So, today, it's March 29th. January, February, March. Yeah, March 29th. I'm in Chiang Mai, Thailand, here in my apartment that I'll have for this next month. This will be the background for all of the Journal Talk series, so get used to it. Got a nice little view right here of someone else's roof, some water tanks, someone's window. There's a chain link fence. I have 2 garbage bags hung on it. It's a beautiful scene. Makes me happy to see. Got my bowl and my chopsticks. Got some clothes drying here. It's a good day. This morning I woke up very early. I started a new routine that I outlined for myself yesterday. And I'll tell you what, guys, never discredit the magnificence and power of a routine. Woke up nice and early, did all the things I knew I was supposed to do in the morning, and now I feel great. And you know what? It's like the same time I would have woken up if I didn't set my alarm. Because I've been waking up at like 10:30 the past couple days, and I was like, you know what? No more of this. So now it's 10:30 and I'm doing this. I've already done a million things today and I feel amazing. So that's just a little excerpt there to, you know, not forget about routines. So today we're gonna see what we're gonna talk about. Okay. Here we go. November 5th, 2019. Current rough outline of my orientating structure. Wow. Okay, so we're going to talk about my orientating structure on November 5th. Orientating structure, what does that mean? Well, that basically means the way that I calibrate myself and operate and have a moral code to live as a good man. You could say some people's orientating structure is maybe their religious ideals, maybe their political ideals. That's what orientates them into reality. That's what gives them purpose and meaning and a reason to be a good, lofty person. So here's my orientating structure. So with the extended travel, basically I was meaning, this is before I started my trip, but I knew I was going to start my trip. So with the extended travel, like why am I doing that? What is the point? Or how am I going to orientate with the extended travel? Or how do I justify the extended travel? The central theme is service. So I wanted to make this a volunteer trip. So I'm traveling around and I'm trying to volunteer as many places as I can, doing as many different things and helping as many people as I can. Why am I volunteering? Why is that important to me? Why is it to be of service? Because a couple of reasons. One, I want to give back. I don't just want to travel around and take, you know, from cultures and from people. I want to be able to give back something. More than just money, I want to give back something that takes effort, something that takes my soul. So being of service and giving my time and my love and my power and my, you know, presence to people and their businesses and to whatever they may need it for feels really empowering to me. So that's one. 2 is because I think that that might be the whole purpose of life, is to contribute to other people's happiness and to contribute to the global good on a personal scale. So if I can be of service to humanity, that makes me feel like I might be living a fulfilled, justified life. I say I think maybe because, you know, it's like the answers are always elusive, aren't they? Okay, so service is really the premise. Alongside service may lay the pursuit of anomalous information. ... What the fuck is that? It says that here. Pursuit of anomalous information is the conscious adaptation of the role of the archetype exploratory hero. Okay, so here I'm directly using terminology that I found and heard from Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson is a psychology teacher from Canada, among other things, but the way that I found him is he posts his lectures on YouTube that he does for his college students, and I started watching them, and one of the main themes is kind of this meta archetype that goes through the rebirthing process and goes through this kind of like exploratory phase and brings it back to the culture to expand the culture and to revivify the culture, is the archetype of the exploratory hero. And what the exploratory hero is able to do is anomalous information, is unexpected information, or information that is you know, new and random and needing to be translated into something that culture can identify with and use, a pragmatic information. So being someone who can travel out into the unknown and then bring the unknown back into the known. So that's kind of like the idea of chaos and order. I'm using direct terms from Jordan Peterson here, and he might think this is silly because he says it's really important to use your own words, and when you don't feel powerful. But I feel pretty powerful talking about this because I've actually done a lot of research about it, and I really feel like it's really resonant. So, pursuit of anomalous information. Exploratory hero. In a way, this is service, yet convoluted by my ego. Okay, so I was being realistic here. In a way, this is service, yet convoluted by my ego. I.e., role of the exploratory hero being, harvesting unknown info, then transmuting it to something digestible to those not searching for new information. So kind of what I just said there. This is like really like foundational to kind of who I am right now and where my beliefs stand right now, honestly. This is my orientating structure, I suppose. It really is. To something digestible for those not searching for new information. A teacher, I suppose, but not teaching in overt ways like a school teacher, coach, or consultant. More of a beacon or a focal point for a mode of being. So what I mean by that is a focal point is something you can see and you can reference. So just being someone who can be a reference point or kind of a model for maybe a admirable way to be, or maybe just a respectable way to be, or maybe just a way of being that isn't harmful to anything or to anyone, hopefully. More of a beacon or focal point for a mode of being, directly relating back to the book Who Do We Choose to Be? That's an amazing book. Who Do We Choose to Be is a book by author named Margaret Wheatley. She is a really profound woman in talking about leadership. She has really profound ideas when it comes to leadership. They're not profound, but they're really current and revolutionary. She's been talking about leadership, I think, for around 30-40 years. She's a coach. I did a book review of her book on my YouTube channel. You can go check it out. Who Do We Choose to Be? Highly recommend reading that book. Even if you don't think of yourself as a leader or don't like to read, I think that you will get massive amounts of pragmatic kind of orientating information from that book, because it really set me straight when I read that book. It really reassured me and gave me serious sturdy revivification to my purpose, I guess. Yeah. So really great book, Who Do We Choose to Be by Margaret Wheatley. A leader is one who chooses to be a focal point for the humblest and holiest. In a roundabout way, volunteering my heart, hands, and time is the embodiment of the greatest self-sacrifice for the greater human good. Burning oneself to illuminate the writing on the wall. Whew. Sacrifice for the greater human good. Burning oneself to illuminate the writing on the wall. So the writing on the wall represents kind of like, I talk about a lot like the highest transcendent truth, which being like this like higher sense of morality or like this meta good, and that to me is the writing on the wall, like what we know inherently to be true and what like foundationally resonates with us when we think of what's right, but it's obscured by our minds and by culture and by everything that is not that. So then the burning oneself is to be the focal point and to burn oneself down by searching out this new information and to go through these rebirthings and these revivifications and to be able to burn oneself to illuminate that foundational truth on the wall. This is a really lofty one, guys. I hope you don't take it as arrogant. This is really transparent, and it really is my orientating structure. I'm not thinking about this, you know, it's not in the forefront of my mind all the time, but it's definitely the motive and kind of like foundational drive for everything that I do. So yeah, that's a really intense one. Orientating structure. I think it's really powerful, guys, to journal about things like this. Like, try to think about what is your orientating structure. What is your motives to being a good person? Why do you do what you do? Why do you truly do what you do? And you know, think about it. I think it can really open your eyes. It can empower you. It can hurt you, but in the end, you will heal and you will become stronger. So that's this edition of Journal Talks, guys. This was a short one, a powerful one. I hope you listen to it, and I hope you hope you go and you can go and take the information I've given you here and maybe create your own orientating structure that feels like a really honest, true one to who you are, instead of some kind of like replica of what culture is superimposed on you, or what maybe your religious ideals have imposed on you from your family or whatever. Or maybe it doesn't matter to you, and that's fine too, because as long as you are happy and not creating suffering for other people when it's necessary, then you're probably doing fine anyway. Thanks. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace out. Take it easy. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Stay in the light. Stay in the love.